Let's start with the uncomfortable truth about a salary. When you earn money and spend it, you are exchanging your time for goods and services. You work, you get paid, you pay for life, you repeat. The cycle resets every month. Your account goes up, your account goes down, your account goes up again. There is nothing wrong with this. It keeps you alive and comfortable, but it does not build anything. A salary is a treadmill. It keeps you moving, but you don't go anywhere new. Now, here's the question nobody asks out loud. If working harder and earning more were enough, why do so many high earners end up with nothing at retirement? Because income is not wealth. Wealth is what you keep and what grows while you're not looking. And a salary, by itself, does not grow. It just arrives and leaves. So, what does grow? Assets. And the most powerful force behind growing assets has been called by financial writers, investors, and more than a few people who falsely credited it to Albert Einstein, the eighth wonder of the world. The quote almost certainly wasn't his, but the idea it describes is real, and it's called compound interest. Here's how it works at its simplest. You have $1,000. It earns 8% interest in a year. You now have $1,080. Next year, that $1,080 earns 8%. Not just the original $1,000, the whole $1,080. So, you earn interest on your interest. The year after that, the same thing happens again, on an even larger amount. Each cycle, the base grows. Each cycle, the return is slightly bigger. Not because you did anything, because time passed. This is the part that breaks people's intuition. In the first few years, it looks like almost nothing is happening. 10 years in, progress is visible but still modest. But around year 20, something shifts. The numbers start moving in a way that feels almost unfair. Because the growth is now coming mostly from returns on previous returns, not from anything new you added. The longer it runs, the faster it accelerates. This is what's known as the snowball effect. A small ball of snow rolled down a long hill picks up more snow with every rotation. And by the bottom, it's enormous. The hill is time. The snow is money. The rolling is compounding. Now, let's compare two people to make this concrete. Person A earns $3,000 a month. They spend all of it. Every month, their account resets to zero. After 30 years of working, they have their next paycheck, and nothing else. Person B also earns $3,000 a month, but they invest $300 of it, just 10%, every single month into an index fund, averaging 8% annual return. After 30 years, Person B has not put in $108,000. They've put in exactly that amount in contributions, but compounding has turned it into roughly $447,000. They didn't work harder, they didn't earn more, they just started and they didn't stop. This is the most important number in personal finance. Not your salary, not your job title, not your side hustle income. It's the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and whether that gap is working for you or sitting still. Now, you might be thinking, I barely have anything left over after expenses. How is 10% realistic? And that's a fair question. The point isn't the exact percentage. The point is the principle that any consistent amount invested over a long enough period compounds into something that dwarfs the original contributions. Even $50 a month started at 25 becomes a meaningful sum by 55. The amount matters less than the consistency, and the consistency matters less than simply starting. There's one more thing worth understanding. What an index fund actually is, since that's where most of this compounding tends to happen for ordinary investors. An index fund is not a single stock, it's a basket. When you buy into an index fund that tracks, say, the top 500 companies in a stock market, you are buying a tiny slice of all 500 of those companies at once. When the market as a whole rises, as it has on average over every significant 20-year period in modern history, your investment rises with it. You don't need to pick winners. You just need to be in the game long enough for the average to work in your favor. Your salary is the fuel, but fuel sitting in a tank doesn't move anything. Compounding is the engine. The wealth architect's job isn't to tell you to earn more, it's to show you that what you do with what you already earn is what actually determines where you end up. If this gave you a clearer picture of why salaries alone don't build wealth, subscribe. We're building out the full blueprint for financial literacy, one concept at a time. See you in the next one.